Welcome back. You're watching Overdrive. Up next, we have a motorcycle which is new to the 400cc menu in the Indian market. It looks like an absolute treat. But does this delicious looking Chinese order leave you hungry for more? Let's find out.
Alright guys, so we're out here today with the SRK 400. This is one of the 4 motorcycles that QJ Motors, the Chinese manufacturer, launched in India just last November. Now this motorcycle retails for 3,59,000 rupees ex-showroom, and as you can tell by the looks of it, it's really mean and aggressive. But does it have the go to match the show? We're about to find out. It would be easy to mistake the SRK 400 as a lean and mean member of the green Japanese team. It's got that sleek, aggressive look all over. From the chunky front tire with its twin discs, down to the brawny hunched forward tank and midsection, through to the sculpted seat, back to the wide, flattish tail. The exposed trellis frame with the offset monoshock looks great. And the underbelly exhaust keeps the mass of the motorcycle visually very central. All neat and tidy there. What caught me by surprise though with this Chinese model was its level of fit and finish. Because from the paint to the quality of plastics, this bike feels solid and put together really well. On the features front, this QJ motorbike gets just about what you could term as a decent amount of functional features, like LED projector lights, DRLs and backlit switchgear. But what doesn't really match up to the modernity of it all is that rather simple looking LCD screen which reads out just basic information. No fancy Bluetooth connectivity or keyless functioning gimmickry here, but you do get dual channel ABS which is calibrated quite well. One of the main highlights of this machine has to be this parallel twin engine. It's 400 cc's, liquid cooled, 8 valves, that means 4 valves per cylinder. Man, this engine is a real treat. Now, it makes around 41 PS of maximum power and around 37 Nm of max torque. And although it's not the most powerful engine out there in the market, well, its way of functioning out in the city is just so tractable. You can pull away from around 40 kph in 6, that's top cog. And out on the highway, revving through the gears, banging through that gearbox, man, it's so smooth, refined, and it really wants to go for it. It's just so fun and enjoyable that you'll really have a blast with this machine. The moment you fire the SRK 400 up, you can tell of this engine's potency. While the clutch is light and allows you to get off the line cleanly, when you open the throttle expecting enthusiasm, the SRK 400 does anything but disappoint. The numbers on the digital dash climb in a rapid manner, and the sweet sound of that stock underbelly exhaust acts as the proverbial cherry on top. You'll want to hold on to each gear just to hear that sweet sounding wail of excitement. And the shove does feel grand. This twin cylinder definitely shows off its potency surprisingly well. Although the SRK 400 is a bit on the hefty side, weighing in at 186 kg curb, well, it doesn't feel like a real task managing this bike about in the city, and it isn't a real hassle out on the highway either. But if you're the spirited riding sorts who's just taken a ride on one of the KTM 390 Dukes, well, this one definitely won't feel as sharp and agile on the trot. Out here, your riding posture is slightly more relaxed, and it isn't as aggressive as something like on its main rival, which is the KTM. Still, the chassis and the suspension holds up very nicely at pace, and the bars aren't as far wide apart, so riding over fairly long stints won't be really tasking on your palms and back. The front brake could do with a better initial bite and feel, and you'll have to get a good hold of that front lever to get the front to react the way you expect it to, which was a bit upsetting, of course, considering that there are two 260mm discs up front. Alright, now to sum things up out here with the SRK 400, is this motorcycle worth the asking price of 3.59 lakh rupees ex-showroom? Well, for most part it is, because, well, just the way it looks, the way it's built, the way it's all put together, it really feels like a good quality product. Not only does it look great, but it really has the go to show as well, because that engine, man, it's a real treat. Not only in the city, but out in the open highway, it's just so fun and entertaining. It might not be the most agile of machines out there, but man, you will have a real blast with this one.
But the only downside is it does come with a couple of shortcomings because, yes, first and foremost, it is lacking a certain amount of features. The screen, not all that great. It is a bit simplistic for my liking, given its price tag. But more importantly, it is lacking the space behind you for your pillion and your luggage.
With that, it's a wrap on this week's edition of Overdrive. But remember, you can stay in touch with the team through Facebook, Twitter, as well as YouTube. And you can follow our latest updates on Instagram. We'll see you next week. Until then, drive and ride safe.